All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Tina Walterstorff, along here with my co-host, Karen Gentz. We want to welcome you all to our Stories of Hope event. Plexus is a health, happiness, and beauty company. We focus on getting to the cause of issues and not Band-Aid fixes, which is what I absolutely love. I love anything wellness that actually works, that's clean, and this definitely is. I'm excited to have you just sit back wherever you are and just be inspired by these amazing health victories. And while you listen, just imagine what this could do for you or someone that you love and care about. So right now I'm going to pass this over to my friend Karen. She's going to share a little bit more with you about our amazing Plexus company. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Tina. Thank you all for hopping on. So Plexus was founded in the United States in 2008. We opened in Canada in 2018. And then in 2019, we opened in Australia, Mexico, and New Zealand. Plexus is a health and wellness company. We're backed by science with a dedicated medical advisory board. Plexus is backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee. We have 4 distribution centers now. We ship directly to our customers. We are known for our famous pink drink mix and our strong One Plexus community. Plexus does not claim to cure, heal, or treat certain conditions. So remember, the stories you hear tonight are all personal experiences. Back to you, Tina.
All right, my favorite part of our event is hearing other people's stories and their victories. And I hope you just sit back and let yourself be inspired. Feel free to comment or anything like that in the chat. So first of all, tonight, I'm gonna introduce to you my friend Stephanie Simmons. And she's not only gonna share a little bit about her story, but she's also got some great things that she's gonna share about her husband. So take it away, friend.
Started Plexus back in July of 2014. I'm going on 8 years. And I will tell you that I was very skeptical at first because I didn't want anything that was going to be habit forming for myself. And I was trying to find a way to sleep at night. And a friend told me that she had something natural for me. And I said, I will try it. So she introduced me to Plexus Slim, our pink drink. And for me, the rest is history. I had 20 years of restless nights, and it was not fun. I thought of all the things I hadn't done the day before, everything I needed to do the next day. My mind raced. I did not realize at the time I had an unhealthy gut. So I've since learned a lot in the last almost 8 years. And I am so appreciative of my friends sharing the products with me, because if you're not sleeping well, it is no fun in life. And in addition to sleeping better, my joints don't ache anymore. I had a broken ankle from high school that bothered me all the time. When it rained, when it snowed, a day like today with a little bit of snow would have been painful. And shortly after I started our products, I did a loading dose of our Ease and Nerve capsules. And literally, you guys, within about 3 weeks, I didn't have any more pain in my ankle. That was amazing for me because for 20 years, I always dealt with pain and it did not hurt anymore. I was so appreciative. And so for myself, I started on our triplex combo, and I had a few other products in our variety welcome pack. And I fell in love with so many of our great products. Fast forward almost a year later, April of 15, I started my husband very slowly. I will tell you briefly, he has a brain tumor and he actually is on a lot of medications. And so this wasn't something I entered lightly for him. I cleared our triplex and our X Factor vitamins with his primary care provider. She gave the green light. She said, there is nothing in any of these products that is going to hurt you. And she said, you have my blessing. So his cholesterol was 209 when he started our products, and he went down to 137 for his cholesterol. That's a drop of 72 points. And that was pretty impressive to her. And she said, whoa, you need to stay on these Plexus products because you just avoided cholesterol meds. Fast forward a little while longer, he actually has had his thyroid med lowered 4 times by his endocrinologist. And if you know anybody with a thyroid med, that usually does not happen. Usually the thyroid med is bumped up and up and up through the years. His has been lowered 4 times. And they are so impressed by that. And then in 2018, he was actually diagnosed with celiac disease back in 2004, and nobody had heard of celiac disease back then. And so we always had him eat a gluten-free diet. They always saw the celiac disease in his body on his upper endoscopies and the colonoscopies. But when they did a baseline right before he started the products, they saw celiac. Then fast forward, his next in 2018, he actually had an upper endoscopy. His GI specialist exact words were, "Mr. Simmons, I don't know how to tell you this, but we see no incidence of celiac disease in your body. So whatever you're doing to clean up your GI tract, you need to keep doing." And it's our products. There is nothing else that he has changed except the products. So if you know anyone with celiac disease, anybody with any sort of GI issues, our products will slowly heal their gut. And I tell you, consistency is definitely key. These things didn't happen overnight for him. And we can't expect things that have been going on for sometimes decades for us to be just wiped out and fixed in 30 days. It doesn't work like that. This is root healing. And I would tell you that anybody that you know who's struggling with any issues, please see if our products could help them. He has seen such amazing things, not only with his health, but me personally, we are almost debt-free. So I have shared these products. I know we're on our last debt, you guys. And my goal is to be debt-free this year, and it's going to happen. And it is such a thrill to think of being debt-free, and Plexus is the reason for that. I've continued to share, my friends have continued to share, and we just keep sharing. So I encourage you to talk to the person who invited you to this tonight and just find out, what could these products really do for you?
Wow. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I mean, these are all absolutely life-changing things that completely change the trajectory of both of your lives.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy for both of you. I mean, these are just huge, huge things. And I love that the doctors were behind this. And I'm glad you pointed that out. It's okay. Take these things, take the information sheets to the doctors, let them look over those sheets. And I think it's nice to just hand them to the doctors, because they don't have to then look anything up. We've got the information sheets in our back office. We can give it. Plexus reveals everything that's in our products. Nothing's hidden or, anything like that. It's all right there. So I love that you pointed that out, because it reminds all of us, just take it to your doctor and let them look at it. Let them know what you're doing. I know my heart doctor is 110% behind the products too. And he's like, keep doing it. My cholesterol is better than my heart doctor's. And I keep telling him, well, maybe you need to start Plexus. I mean, come on. How much more proof do you need, right? I'm glad too that you brought up time, giving it time, and being very, very consistent. And you're right, get to the root cause, and they're not Band-Aid fixes. It's not quick fixes. Everybody's body is so different. So thank you so much for sharing that. And on that note, Stephanie talked about the triplex system. This is our powerhouse combo. And I'm going to let Karen tell you a little bit more about that triplex combo now.
Thank you. So yeah, what I loved at first the most about Plexus was it's not a gimmick. I am a health nut, certified nutritional specialist, personal trainer. So I am all about natural, not about quick fixes. So that was one of my favorite things at the very beginning when I learned that it was truly about balance and healing our gut. It's not a diet thing. Even though you can lose weight once you get your gut healthy and your body working the way it's supposed to, you can also, some people, I know it's shocking to most of us, some people struggle to gain enough weight, and they are actually able to reach a healthy weight once they get their gut healthy with Plexus. So like I said, it's all about balance. Our microbiome plays a huge part in our health. Like Stephanie was saying, healing your gut can make all the difference in the world. Everything from our mood, sleep, feeling sluggish, lack of motivation, compromised immune system, gas and bloating, and just so many more things. Plexus is known for our powerhouse gut health products. They target our 3 pillars of health, which are blood sugar balance, inflammation, and a thriving gut microbiome. And Tina will introduce our next guest.
Okay, I am so excited for our next guest, Winnie Spicer. Hopefully I pronounced your last name correctly.
You did.
Good. Mine's really hard to pronounce, so I forgive everybody who tries to even say my last name, but I'm really excited. You guys give some love to Winnie in the chat, because when I reached out to her and asked her to share, she's like, oh, I have not shared my story very often, but I do realize a lot more people need to hear my story. So we feel very blessed that you are coming here tonight and that you are being courageous and sharing your story. So with that said, I'll let you take it away.
Well, thank you so much for asking me to share my story. And it definitely has been life-changing these past 5 years. My story has many layers to it. And, you know, I've been consistent. I drink my water, and the rest is history. Now, I'm going to have to look down at my notes quite often. I do want to tell you that from the age of 25, I have had many serious, life-threatening health problems, and I almost died 3 different times. So my poor body has been abused so much, and you can imagine all the medications plus chemo that I have had. I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor, and also I survived Legionnaire's disease, which was a deadly form of pneumonia back in the 80s. And also I have had malignant melanoma. So anyway, over the years, I sought out many solutions and supplements, and even holistic ones. I was grossly overweight. I went to weight loss clinics. I even had one clinic that gave me my money back. I tried every diet that came down the pipe, all to no avail. The only thing I lost was money. So you can see why I was very skeptical about these products. My sponsor had no idea that I was reading every single post she had put on Facebook for almost 2 years. I was a ghost reader, as they say. I never hit like, I never made one comment, but all the time I was wondering, why can all these people be helped in so many different areas of their health? It doesn't make sense to me. Well, I didn't know then, but now I know that gut health was the key. And I finally reached out to her and I said I wanted to try the products. The first month I tried just the Slim, and she had no idea really how bad my health was, mentally and physically. I had lost my husband almost 3 years before I reached out to her. There were just the 2 of us. And I was so depressed. I had been a caretaker for my mother before I was a caretaker for him. So you can imagine the toll that took. But when he passed, I rarely left my bedroom for almost 2 years. I only left the house when it was absolutely necessary. I was not on any medication for nerves, because I wouldn't let my then doctor know how bad I was. Now let me go on, because I was not really reading. I was thinking of other things that I wanted to say. Anyway, I started with the Slim, and within that first week, I noticed that my spirit was lighter. I was a little bit happier, and I didn't stay in that bedroom all day long. I also noticed that I was sleeping better. In fact, I had the best sleep that I had had since my husband had passed away. Now, all the different posts, I was taking them all in, but let me tell you what really grabbed my attention. It was the post on gut health. And you may be wondering why. Well, you see, both my parents had colon cancer. I myself have had many polyps removed. And when I was 4, my parents lost their 9-year-old son to a problem related to his colon. And this was in 1945. So you see, I'm old. Well, only in numbers. I'm 80 years old. But back then, in the 40s, the doctors did not have the diagnostic tools. So gut health really grabbed my attention. It was a family issue, and I wanted to do all that I could so that I could have a healthy gut. I knew that my gut was severely compromised because of all the illnesses that I had had. What I didn't know when I started Plexus was that our gut is responsible for 70 to 80% of our health issues. I've learned so much since I've joined Plexus. It's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. And for those that are listening, it'll be the best thing that you've ever done for your health too. When I joined, as I said, I started with a Slim. And the next month, I ordered the triplex. It arrived just the day before I was to see my old doctor, my internist. When my husband was ill, I had to go to a doctor that was closer to us because I couldn't leave him for that long. My doctor was in another state, which is an hour's drive from me. Anyway, I asked him if he would look over each of the 3 products that came in the triplex to see if there was any ingredient in them that would hurt me or interfere with any of my medicines. He took his time. He was very quiet, and I could not determine from his expression if he was going to give me his approval or not. But lucky me, he did. And he said, I want you in 6 weeks to go and have current blood labs done. Mind you, this was my first visit to him in 2 years. He already had the records from the previous doctor. And I was so fortunate that my doctor, I call him my doctor, that he took me back again as a patient. And anyway, he said in 6 weeks, get your blood work done. Now, if there is no change, I'm going to have to put you on medication for high cholesterol and also for being pre-diabetic, because this previous doctor should have already given you medications for those. So, you know that, again, I thought, well, I'll find out if these products work or not. In 6 weeks' time, I had my blood work done, and I went back to his office. When he entered the examination room, he was grinning from ear to ear, and he extended his hand to congratulate me and shake my hand. He told me that the blood labs were perfect, everything. He says, your inflammation levels have gone way down. And he's noticed that I had on the scale, I had lost 8 pounds. Now, he told me, you continue taking these. I want to tell you that for 5 years, my blood labs have remained perfect every single time. To this day, there are no signs of me having any high cholesterol or being pre-diabetic. My inflammation is kept to a minimum. The only thing I have learned recently, I had a mastectomy a year and a half ago. It was a return of cancer from 20 years ago. And this time they removed 10 lymph nodes. And because of that, I now have lymphedema. And they just learned within the past 3 years that lymphedema falls into the problem of inflammation. And it is also an autoimmune deficiency problem. So again, I'm thankful for these products. I want to say that 4 days ago, I began a loading dose of E's. I take 9 E's a day. Today was my last day of taking 9. Now I'm going to drop down to 6 a day. But with taking those 9, the inflammation in my arm and around my back has gone down significantly. So that's another win for me that I had not anticipated. I really need a custom-made sleeve, compression sleeve, because my upper arm is so large. And now, you know, I won't need that. And that, again, is another win. I know we have to watch our time, but let me tell you a few more of my wins that I've had. 3 years ago, my eye specialist told me he no longer sees any signs of macular degeneration. I couldn't believe it. My mother was legally blind with macular degeneration. I lived in fear of having macular degeneration continue to get worse, and that I would end up legally blind like she was. He told me this is extremely rare. In fact, he said, you're my only patient that I have seen this happen to. What have you done? I said, well, I'm taking the Pressure Vision Aerids 2 that you told me. And I said, I'm taking these natural products called Plexus. I added X Factor and X Factor Plus and Mega X. And it was after I added those 3 products that he saw that change. Now, he has retired, and I go to another specialist in that office, and he saw no signs either. Yet he said, this is on your record that you have it, had it. I said, I know. Isn't it marvelous that I no longer have it? And he agreed. He agreed. So that is another win that I've had. And when I was a little child, I can remember being bothered by eczema. My mother said when I was even, I guess, maybe 3 months old, she noticed. I even had it in my scalp. And off and on, I would notice it in my scalp, on my elbows, and on my left leg. It is rare now that I ever have an outbreak whatsoever. So that is another gut health win. It's just amazing. And I'm eager to find out what other wins I'm going to uncover as time goes on. I'm about done here. If you'll give me just a couple more minutes. Once I get going, it's hard to get me stopped. But let me tell you, as I said, I didn't realize about gut health. And I have learned, and I want to get this across to anyone who's thinking about plexus, that when we tackle gut health, we start healing the lining of our gut. And when we heal the line of our gut, we reduce the toxins that ooze out. And, you know, we've all heard the term leaky gut. Well, I really didn't know what it meant, but I do now. So, you know, healing and sealing the gut is the key. I could not have made the progress that I've made in my health if I had not been consistent with my products, and if I had not had the desire to, you know, improve my health. I'm just so thankful. It's when I think back on all of my major health problems that I had, and the months that I spent flat on my back in a hospital, I don't think that's ever going to happen to me again. I really don't. There are so many wins that we get when we help our gut. So let me say this again. Healing and sealing the gut is the key. And I am a plexus lifer. I am not going any other place to get any supplements. I am, of course, taking more supplements now than I did when I first started, because I tried the new products when they came out. I have my favorites. I love the greens. I put it in with my lean shake in the morning. I love my collagen, the whole line of Joanne I love. In fact, people are amazed that I am 80 years old. I've had younger men ask me out. And I mean, they're in their late 50s and 60s. And I'm not interested though, but it does age us backwards. And that, you know, who doesn't want to look young? The thing is, not only do I look young, I am the healthiest that I have been since I was 40 years old. And I feel not 40, granted, I don't feel that, but I certainly do not feel 80. So people, if you're skeptical, toss it aside. I finally did, and I do not regret it. I am so thankful for Plexus. And thank you, Tina, for giving me this opportunity tonight, because I've never done this before, I'll be honest. And I do thank you.
Well, thank you, Winnie, so much for being brave and just stepping out to share your story. You know, between you and Stephanie, I think that anyone on this call or anyone that listens to the recording is just going to be so inspired and feel so much hope in their life. And, you know, Winnie, you have experienced so much loss. I almost had to, I just was fighting myself to not break down in tears listening to so many of the things that you've been through. And yeah, you are a very strong woman. You've been through a lot. You've come through a lot. You are a warrior, and people need to hear our stories. And you're just brave and courageous for doing that. I'm so glad that God put you on my heart, both of you ladies.
Well, that's nice.
I always pray about it, and it always ends up that way. God always puts the people in front of me that he says, hey, these are the ones that need to tell their stories. So yeah, it's amazing how that works. And I love that you shared that you were a ghost reader. So anyone on here that is a Plexus ambassador, I want you to understand that there are people like Winnie watching you, and when it's their time and they're ready, they'll reach out to you as well. Do not stop sharing your stories, because this is what happens. Winnie finally decided, I have to try this. She watched for 2 years, right? So congratulations. Yes. I'm so happy for you and all of your victories. I want to say too that we have a great line of products. If you're on here and it's your first time, we have a great line of products. And because everybody's needs are so different, as you've heard tonight, we can customize a plan for your individual needs. And I absolutely love that. So Plexus has 2 different ways that you can purchase. You can purchase as a retail customer if you love to pay full price for things. Put it in the chat if you love to pay full price. Silence. Or you can become a VIP customer with our VIP customer membership. And right now that membership is only $9.95 for the whole year. You can start with what's called a welcome pack. And that saves you 45% off or more on your first order. You can enjoy 25% discounts all year long on any of the products of your choice. With your VIP customer membership, Plexus gives you a referral link that you can earn credit on future purchases. You also earn what's called Plexus perks. You get a free product about every 3 months. And I love that too. You can treat yourself to that Joyome or something like that that Winnie mentioned for your skin if you want to, or any of the other products. At any time, you can upgrade to a brand ambassador with additional perks and income potential. This could be a great plan B or even a plan A for you or your loved ones. And this month, when you use your referral link, which Plexus gives every VIP customer, if you choose to share that referral link with your friends, you will receive $400 when you share with 3 of your friends, 3 of your closest friends or family. And I think we all know 3 friends, right? Plexus has products for the whole entire family, all ages, which I love. Our whole entire family of 5 is on these products and thriving, just to help keep you on track, keep your whole family on track and feeling your best. So we ask that you please get in touch with the friend who invited you here tonight so they can help customize a plan for you, for your specific needs. And when you start today, we are going to throw in a free 1-year membership as our gift to you. So I hope that you have the courage to say yes and give Plexus a try and not put it on hold, not put it on the back burner. Because what if this changes everything for you? So I don't know about you, but for me, I'm really, really happy that I gave one more try. I know the ladies here tonight that have shared their stories are so happy that they decided to say yes. So we want to thank you all for taking time with us. Thank you so much for Karen Gentz being my co-host, to Stephanie for sharing your story, and Winnie, thank you so much again for sharing your powerful, life-changing testimonies with us tonight. You guys have a blessed night, everybody. This recording will be up and it's streamed into our Health and Wellness Lounge as well for people to watch the replay. So have a great night, everybody. And again, thank you and God bless. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.